Google My Business SEO. This is an advanced Google Maps SEO. It's a piece of a training, private training. I want to share it with you. I know it will help you as a business owner. If you're an SEO doing work, this will help you 1,000,000%. This is the before. This is the after. These are normal. This is the after. I've done this now for 6 separate clients. I completely went ham on this account to really test it out. I'm able to safely accomplish this without any worry at all within client accounts. And really what I want to share with you today is what you're going to need in order to get started. This is going, without any shadow of a doubt, this can certainly help you. This is why I want to share it with you. All right. So this is our normal rate for this particular account. Listings on Maps 45, listings on Search 7. What we were able to accomplish utilizing about a 4-step process. It's really 3, but 4 technically speaking. We're able to then significantly increase the amount of searches, listings in search and listings on maps permanently then. And I think that this is very, very, very helpful for any business, any niche. I have to share it with you. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway. All right. So without any further ado, this is exactly what I want to walk you through now. What are some of the pieces, or what are the pieces that we need to generate? I'll go ahead and walk you through that now. So I'm creating this for a particular individual, but they're going to need some of these. They're going to need all of this along with the other steps, which we'll talk about privately, not in this video. All right. So I wanted to give you this because if you're a business owner, I want you to succeed. I mean, it's that easy. So let's get inside of here and go through. I'm doing this for you, Len, so you know exactly what I'm doing here. All right. So let's get inside of here. We're going to start with the images URL of customer review image uploads. All right. Now, the images, much like we spoke about, might not be the most important. But we most certainly want to, we want to show impressions. There's 2 types that are secondary that we should also be getting if we're getting all of that brand recognition, all those brand searches. So we need to spike this. Let me show you how to do that. This will be number 2 on the list that I'm sharing with you. Okay. Let's go over here though. Let's clear this out so we don't conflict with ourselves. All right. Alrighty, so let's come back over here, and I want to help you guys out. So, first and foremost, we'll just utilize My Business, so that way there's no issue at all. So, Chris Palmer Marketing. Okay. So, Chris Palmer Marketing. So, inside of your reviews, maybe not this account but let's go to Chris Palmer SEO. I just want to show you what you need to grab so you know exactly where to grab it. All right. So if we come over here to Chris Palmer SEO, we're going to get a knowledge panel to pop. Let's go to Las Vegas. And if you look inside of the reviews, for your type of business, maybe you have a service-based business, maybe you're a plumber or whatever you're doing, all right, maybe a locksmith. If you take a look inside of your reviews, some of your customers, and I urge you to ask your customers, even give them the written review. Tell them the words you want, as you probably already know, but more importantly, get these images in here of the job that was done, a unique image attached to a user. It's inside the source code, and we want to get views on this. Other consumers that are potentially looking at your business are reading the reviews, and then if they have a helpful guide, it's just helpful, kind of stuff that Google loves, but we want to pump traffic to this. So what we need to do is we have to get this image, and we need this URL of the image. So we'll right-click on that, and we're going to copy the link address, okay? So just so you know, when we look at this, it might be a little bit dirty, but let's take a look at this and make sure you're just getting the image. All right, so let's see here. We'll copy that now. Let's see if we can get that to pop. All right, because this is definitely something we want to pump some traffic to. So that's the image link inside the review. All right, so that's the first one. The next piece is we need to get looks, views, impressions inside of our listing. All right, so what I would definitely do and recommend is this. So here's how you get your images. All right, this is actually next on the list, as you might see. All right, so that's the image URLs of customer reviews. Google Maps. So let's just do, oh, I rewrote them, I see. I wanted them to be concise. So there's image review. Now let's do image. And I'm sure you might know this already, Lenny, but I want to go ahead and walk you through this, all right? So if we're doing your business, okay, let's say this is you. We'll come inside of here. We'll go to see the photos. We need to gather up all of the images. Now, if you filled out all of them, interior, exterior, all of them, all right? We want to get some impressions. This stands out against your competitors. Now, we don't want to be overly, once you get to a certain threshold, it's going to say, hey, you're receiving 36% more image views than your competitors. Once you get, I haven't found the happy medium, but I do believe that above the competition is still a boost. All right, so that's, something that I definitely want you to do. So let's get inside of here. I wouldn't make it 100% more is what I'm getting at. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So we'll copy this link address. Same type of process. Make sure that it's not a dirty URL. We don't want any parameters inside of here that are going to conflict with the initiated searches. So maps, UV, Google, so you're probably gonna, you're gonna need to clean this up. So these percentage signs are actually just slashes, all right? So have the VA clean these up and get rid of these, all right? Percentage signs are slashes, all right? Or /, I should say. Image key, let's just make sure we have that just right. Let's come inside of here. All right, so copy link and address. I think we could get it a little bit easier. Let's just come over here one last time. Source. I don't know if that's going to be easier. I think the best thing to do is gather up this link for them, all right? And then just have them clean it up, all right? So that's the image. Gather up all of them, all right? The next element is going to be organic, and then I have organic directions, map directions, and post views. So organic is a little bit different. We're going to come back to that. Organic directions, as a service-based business, it's kind of hard to, generate this. But for those of you watching this that don't have a service-based business, here's what you do. So you'll need your address. So let's say it's Chris Palmer Marketing, all right, to, I don't know, Philadelphia, all right? So Chris Palmer Marketing to Philadelphia. So for you, I know you have multiple locations, right? Maybe the one that we're working on currently isn't showcasing its service base, but the other ones, this is the difference. So this is going to be your organic directional request, all right? See how it says search query equals, and then it's presenting, right? This is my organic search directions. And then there's a big difference. If I come over here to maps, it changes. Well, the URL parameters change. So let's take a look here. So it's Chris Palmer Marketing to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right. So those are the differences between map directions and organic directions. Big difference, right? So let's go back to organic. So organic is a couple of things. All right. So I'm concerned with the locations, keywords, and then including either the CID or the machine readable ID of your business, all right, or any of your businesses for that matter. So let me walk you through what locations I want, and then on top of that, what keywords do I want, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's start with locations. So there's a site that I usually use. It's called geographic.org. All right. So this is really good for acquiring streets, but something if you have your VA working on this, just to make it a lot easier and faster, what I'd like to do is this. So let's just say let's go to Google. I'll show you something here. Here's what you're truly looking for. So let's just say we are Chris Palmer SEO Las Vegas, because that's more of a city, all right? Kind of like where you are. So let's take a look at the map. All right, now when we scroll on out, there's a couple of things. Now, I've also ran streets, but that's only if I'm hyper specific and I'm trying to get foot traffic. All right, so that's a helpful tip if you're watching, or maybe you launch another business that is open to the public and they can come in. If you're not a service-based business, or if you're not really targeting a large place, like you literally just want foot traffic, you know, we want to hit all the streets. We want to do what's this street to this business? What's this street to this business, both on search and on maps, right? But for this instance, let me show you what I mean by what matters the most as far as gathering up the locations. So what I'm looking for is, see how these all bold up? And I've mentioned this before, but I just want to, you know, really hit it home. Take a look at all of these particular locales, but we'll scroll out a little bit more. There we go. So see how we can see Lone Mountain Heights, Grand View, Timberline, Copperhead, right? These are the particular locations that we want to hit most notably. Aside from that, what I want to do is, let's say we're sticking with Las Vegas, all right? Another easy way is to see this site, graphic or whatever it's called. So all you're looking for is this. So put list of streets in Las Vegas, right? And then we can set up the directional requests from all the streets. You see what I'm saying? So when I write locations, we want to do streets. We want to quite notably do the location we're in and all the surrounding, like larger little subsets or municipalities, towns, whatever they're called where you live. But this is what we're looking for. And then if you really want to get crazy, especially if you're setting up how I'm showing you, start hitting the streets. All right. So as you can see, and they do this for every single, they do them for every single city. All right. So you can get all the streets nearby where you are 100%. So that's how you gather that. As far as the keywords, you know what your primaries are, right? But when we're generating requests this rapidly, all right, for what we're setting up together first, we don't have to be too specific, all right? Because we want Google to test us for everything. Now, when we're generating very specific, verified clicks, traffic, directional requests, not so much direction. It's going to be website and phone call, right? Website, phone call initiated off of a search that's particularly related to exactly what our competition has, right? And I'll walk you through that later on, but for now, let's nail this home. So what I use is, I just use SEMRush, to be frank. There's nothing special or fancy about it, right? So if we come over here, we go to SEMRush. Wait a minute. So that's kind of interesting. Back to main menu. Too many people on this account? Oh, my other computer. So how do I kick that on? Add and pause one active session? Okay. All right, never saw that before. Moving right along. So what we're looking for is, we'll go to Keyword Magic Tool, all right? And then put in your primary. We're looking for the biggest list that makes sense. So here's how we do it. So let's say it's SEO consulting, which is mine, okay? I'm not gonna put your keywords in here. Now we'll go in here to phrase, or not phrase, my mistake. Go to exact, and then gather up your list. Because then we're able to start gathering up all of these specific different variations. But more notably is, if you take a look over here in the left-hand side, here are our LSI words or co-occurring keywords. So when we start stacking our, and I'll show you that next actually. So gather this list and gather this list, okay? So that's gonna be your keywords, all right? So as you can see inside of here, we have keywords and locations. So I showed you how to get the locations, all right? Showed you streets and which locations matter to your business, all right? Not from them to you, or not from them, yeah, from them to you, from that location to you, all right? And then as far as keywords are concerned, we want all the LSI terms, all right? And then of course we want our primaries and everything else, all these. Gather them all up. So the next piece is gonna be this, all right? So I wrote this in here because this will help you out immensely, all right? We could start playing around with the CIDs and doing whatever you want, but what I'm really focused on is generating with the machine readable entity ID. All right, so we want to start associating, okay, here's this entity and we're associating it with these keywords. It's initiating a search, yes, and we're going to do it at so fast, right? We're just making the connections, and we're only issuing stuff that's completely related to our main phrase. Main phrase, all related, phrase match. You get what I'm saying? Plus, we're going to add in all the co-occurring keywords. We're going to hit it all at scale, fast, in a short period of time, right? And then we'll be able to get tested for it later on. We'll see what actually works within for real users. Or at least, I guess that's how it seems. So let's go ahead and keep going. Let me show you what we have to do here. So let's just take, let's take mine and I'll show you an example. All right. All right, so here's what we have to do. So let's take this. So we have our search query equals, and then let's just start. First, we're going to need my machine ID. So we'll just go Chris Palmer Marketing. So this is also how you'll find yours. I've showed this before, but I want to make sure you have it inside of here. So let's add this in. Maps. Highlight this. Right click. All right, Control F, G /. So /G /. And then see this little code right here? Here's my machine readable entity ID. You have one too, right? So here, let's grab this. Okay. And then if we come over here, we'll start making our queries, all right? So now we have, here, I'll make it bigger so you can see it easier. We'll go to 24. Whoa, that ought to do it. All right, so let's start stacking these babies up. So again, we've already got our locations. We also have our streets and we already have our keywords, right? So when we're creating these, we're going to start making our variations, but we're always going to include the knowledge graph. We're always going to include the machine ID. This way, again, we're associating. So when I'm initiating all those searches, that's what I want going into the logs. I'm associating these keywords with this brand, these keywords, this brand, these keywords, this brand. And we're also going to do other search types, but I want to set this up first, just so you can get the hang of it. I'm just going to briefly show you. So again, we'll do our search query equals, okay? So this is normal for every single search. Query equals, and then what we want to do is we want to do brand. So let's just do Chris plus Palmer, okay, plus marketing, all right, plus, and now choose which keyword or which location, okay? How do you want to do it? You could probably set up some formula on Excel, make this super fast, but for the demo, I want to show you this way, all right? I'm sure you can make it super easy for yourself, or just pay a VA to do it. But more notably, let's do this. So grab this, copy, okay, paste, and now we have our string here. Let's grab this so we don't have to retype it. Cut, I guess I could do it here. Paste, plus, now we'll just do, I don't know, SEO plus consultant plus, what else? Expert plus top plus best. Now, for you, you're probably going to want to keep it concise. So pick one keyword plus a location, a keyword plus a location, a variation of a keyword plus location. Then when we initiate this each time, what you'll see is this. So we'll just throw it in here, paste it, bam. All right. And then each time now we're associating all these keywords. It's been initiated in a search. So when we're running this through the tool, it's all going into the log, especially the amount that we're going to do. All right. So set up those two lists, all the locations, all the big places. If you really want to get crazy, which I definitely recommend, get all the streets, at least the ones that are surrounding your business within a 10-mile radius. Definitely those. All right. So that'll take you a little bit of homework to do, but it'll be worth it. On top of that, let's go ahead and take care of adding in the machine readable entity ID. We're associating that with the keyword. And then there's one last piece that I did not point out, and it's here on the list. I believe it's the last thing. Map direction. So you have that. That's also going to, that's self-explanatory, but post views. All right. So this will work for post views. And again, I don't think that this is necessarily a factor that moves the needle per se, but I do think that a healthy business, of course, that's generating this volume of branded searches and keyword plus brand searches, should be getting some post views. So I just think that it's all one happy harmony. So let me go ahead and show you. I'm sure you already know this, but when you're looking at your business, let's say you're on your business. Let's just go to mine quick. We'll go into here. We'll go to, we're in it. Google My Business. All right. We'll come on down here. We'll go to posts. And then when you take a look at this, just grab it, right? Share a post, grab your ID here, and then bam, start whacking it. All right. So that's another one, your post ID. All right. So these are the queries that we want to generate, most notably. Okay. This is what we're looking for, the image review. We're looking to generate organic, so that's going to include either location only, location plus keyword, or it's just going to be keyword plus brand, brand plus keyword, but always associating the machine ID, all right, each and every time. I covered the difference between search directions and also map directions. For this particular layout here, it does not list the search directions because this business that this is for is actually a service-based business. So they're focused on primarily maps, and then on top of that, the post views, I showed you how to get that. I also showed you machine readable ID. Last but not least, we can also do, I just include these, not every single time, but CID. So that's really easy as well. There's a tool here. I've showed it multiple times, but if you come into your business, here, just go to Plepper, P-L-E-P-E-R, go to Tools, and then inside of Tools, there's CID Generator. If you just copy your URL like this, say you went into Maps, you typed your business in like this, Chris Palmer Marketing, it should give me it, all right? If you take this copy and then paste it into Plepper, poof, it'll give it to you. But aside from that, if you're on your business, say you don't want to use that, go to View Page Source, Control F, Ludo. So Ludo CID, not that one. Let me take a look here. Boom, we're looking for the first U. So see this number right here where it says U003D. See this number right after it? So here's the Ludo CID. The next Google changed this, right? People are like, oh, you can't find it. But that first number that's right there, this is your CID, okay? It's the first one to the right of Ludo CID. So that's another way to get it. All right, so that's gonna wrap up this particular training. I just wanted to show you, hey, what am I sending traffic through? Where do I send it to? What am I getting? Where's the links? How to find it? That's what I walked through. Hopefully this has helped you. If you have any questions related to Google Maps, local SEO, digital marketing, Facebook ads, anything at all, always feel free. Go ahead, ask in the comments below, and I always look forward to seeing you in the next Google Maps local SEO video. Have a wonderful day. So that was cool. Hopefully that is helpful. Let's take a look here. All right. So Chris, come on to Philly, be our guest. I actually go to Philly quite frequently. So it's not too frequently, you know, every other week or so. Hi from Monterrey, Mexico. Why don't you stream on Twitch? I do sometimes. It's not my favorite thing in the whole world. Email, come on to Philly. Hey, Black Hat World Aggressive SEO, and thanks for the From Place X to Keyword Brand Scheme. Yep, that's, you know, pretty simple. I'm glad I gave it to you, though. I'm glad that you know it now. And then aside from that, that should pretty much cover everything. I don't know what else I could cover today. it's been a pleasure. I need to get this video over to my friend, well, new friend. And that's what I'm going to do now. All right. So I guess maybe for YouTube, I made this just to lay it out. It's actually 3 steps. The step that I'm showing you is step 1. I'll cover this because this part of the video is coming off. Aside from that, the other elements that we'll do during this section here is not only just a spike with a tool, but this is also the time that we need to also send in our verified traffic. So verified is anything paid, anything paid. And what I'm trying to generate off of that is very particular. Most notably recently, I'm trying to get them into a landing page to communicate over inside of the chat box. All right, that at least lately is the most effective. But aside from that, if I'm going to pay for any type of traffic, it needs to generate either a phone call or a website click. It's a lot easier for some of these paid services to generate the website click, but the phone call definitely is counted and important. But again, just like they're showing us up front the phone, like they're saying, or not phone, the photos, they're tracking the phone too. Like they know the difference between other businesses in your niche and your business. And if you're just generating something, like how could you, a business, be receiving 500% more of everything compared to all other businesses in the United States? Or even more so, just within a particular area. You know, they have this data. It's probably all correlated. So I wouldn't go too completely insane. More is not always better, ever. Not in SEO. So, and then number 3, well, let's not worry about number 3. Number 1 and number 2 is a tool, and then any type of verified traffic. All right. So it's been a pleasure. I hope that this helps you. I hope if you're a business owner, this has given you a few tips. If you're trying to get tested for more organic, if you're trying to get tested for more searches, right? You want to show up more, like I'm showing here. You know, before was, hey, here's normal search value. Here's listings. I just pulled up one randomly right here. That's the normal feed. After we did our campaign, which mind you it was 4 days total, but the last day I ran out of money in the campaign. But for this one I'm showing you, it was only 4 days. And then from that point forward, we're now getting tested for so much more. This is powerful for any business. I hope that you grasp what I'm showing you. I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that this is helpful. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I think I want to put out another one. I want to make a couple of them. I was off for a couple days. I had some stuff I had to do. I hate the winter, but I hate the summer too. I don't like to be super hot. I don't want to be super cold. It's cooking in here. We have a Mitsubishi, like, I don't know. It's not central air because it's not super cool, but that sucker's broken, so we're going to buy a new unit. So it'll cool this whole downstairs for me. Can't wait for that. But do you guys have any questions about anything at all? Anything at all? Let's see here while we have a couple people on. Cheers from Arabia. Cool, man. Good to see you. Are you taking any clients? It depends. Some clients, yes. You know, I don't take in clients that don't already have a foundation. Ever. You know? So, if you're not an actual business, usually I would just say no, but that's not true. You know, I do take people or clients or customers or just other people in general if they have a foundation. If they've been in business, they're a true business, you know, but guys that are in oblivion or just got on, I usually try to overpass those. So if you already have a foundation, Jeff, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help. I'm working on a couple other systems to be able to take other types of clients in, to be able to do a more rounded agency type model for a lower ticket client. Because I always say, hey, I don't take clients because I do, just not, I don't like the 350 to 750 type of work. because it takes a lot more to succeed, you know. So usually I just say, nah, I'm not taking anybody, because usually I'll get referrals from like RCI or World Travel or, you know, those types of guys. But I'm working on something that's more low ticket that I think would help a lot more people. Top video, bro. Mark, you know it, brother. So Mark, it's fun that you're on too. So, you know, this, I'm showing you, I showed this in the private group, some of the stuff where I went ham on my accounts. But I had these dentists I was working with, multiple clients basically. About 6 different clients where I've done each 3 of the steps in very small volumes to see a bump just like this. It wasn't as exaggerated as this because this was done way more than what I usually do. Just to see, because this account I can always get redone. But it's not as big of an increase as this, but I still see a nice level, right? Because you don't want too much to happen, because the fall is just as good feeling as the jump, right? But in any case, I'm really happy to show this publicly because I know it works. How can I get in touch? Give me a call. I think my phone is probably at my house, but I'll be around it eventually. I have a problem with clients. They got 40K of bank offices and ATMs. I can't create PE. I'm not sure what a PE is. Email says, perfect algorithm to manage even their names and categories. Okay, that's right. I think the next video, I think I'm going to do another one here just to get my view count up, watch time. I think I'm going to walk through Data Studio, but I have something else I have to work on now. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off, take care of the work that I need to do. It's been a pleasure. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Thank you all so much. Blessings, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.